Dug Stevenson with Alfredo Salvatore Arcilesi for your film in the Canadian Film Festival. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we're screening, or we had screened For Clear Skies. It's a short sci-fi / drama about a man who's struggling to decide whether or not to pursue survival as his race and own kind nears extinction.
So one of the things that I first thought about, even when I just read the tagline about this film, was mental health. Did you want people to come away with that at all, or what did you want people to come away with?
I think not so much the mental health aspect. I think more of the conformist kind of angle. We all want to fit in, but we all want to do it our own way. And I think that's exactly what the character, who's simply called the man, like he's a man. I think that's what he's going through. Just fitting in.
Right. So so you wrote, directed, produced, edited.
Yeah.
Did the film score?
No, not this time around.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
okay.
This is the first film that I didn't do the film score. Everything else preceding this I did. And I felt that, much like the makeup that I couldn't possibly do myself, I wanted to give some sort of legitimacy to everything and kind of support it. So I hired a friend of mine, Craig Saltz, who's done a number of films on a few of my friends' films. And and it was his band that was playing in the beginning and his original score at the end.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how, because like you said, you do play multiple roles on a lot of your films. How difficult do you find it is to take on that amount of work versus, say, seeing, okay, I've got a goal. I know what I need to do. I'm comfortable taking this all on myself, and it's a little better because then I get no interruptions.
Yeah, I think I'm not, a stranger to that workload. So, right all the way from my first film, this being our 9th, right? It's always been this way. But For Clear Skies is one of the first where I started to delegate more just because of what was needed. So again, I couldn't do effects, I couldn't do makeup, I couldn't do the score that I wanted, I couldn't provide the cinematography that I wanted to do because I didn't have access to it. So you open up a little bit more, but you still retain, those, I guess, key roles, writing, directing, producing, and whatnot, which are the 3 main that I want to do. And if I could actually kind of knock off producing, and kind of do light producing work, then that'd be great as well. But and editing, I always like to have the first edit if I can, and then I'll go to whomever and say, so, this is the film, and not so much what do you think, but let's just look at it and see where it goes.
And so how much do you have to be able to be somebody in the Canadian film business who plays different roles, to be successful?
You definitely do, because the first thing is that everybody is trying to get ahead. Everybody, right? So, you're going to have a film, person number 2, person number 3, everyone's going to have a film, and they're each going to want you to work on theirs, right? So it's, what kind of project are you doing? What can you say to others to kind of entice them to work on yours, right? If you look on Facebook, you get all those quotes that you see all the time all over the place. And there's one on there that always stands out, which is, I think, along the lines of, if, you're not, following your own dreams, then you're building someone else's, right? And that's kind of how it is. So you have to, I think, just try to get as many people to do it, to work with you. And if not, then you gotta do it yourself. You gotta do it yourself. So I think if I didn't have the people on For Clear Skies, I probably would have learned makeup.
Right, just to be able to do it yourself.
Try it. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be the best, but it would just end up be a learning experience, right? And then people who would see that and say, well, you could have done this. I'll help you. There you go.
Is that part of it? Is that part of playing multiple roles because of a curiosity to want to learn new things?
I think so, but I think it's just circumstance. I think you do it because you have to. I think back all the way to 2007, when I did my very first, film, and I get a kick out of that because I knew nobody. Nobody knew me. It was just me and two my actor friends. And, we played festivals at that point, and I thought, wow, gee, we're playing festivals. I didn't think this was possible. And then you met people, and then you kind of branched out. And yeah, so you kind of take on that role.
I did want to talk about festivals. I'm glad you brought that up because you're someone who's done pretty well at festivals. How important are they to advance your career, to meet people, to get your name out there?
Well, I've always said this, festivals are a filmmaker's survival. Networking is absolutely huge. There was we just had the the festival panel. I think it was 2 nights ago, and they said everything that I've been telling people, which is you've got to go to the festival.
So you're doing something right.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. You know, a key example, and I'm very proud of this, is that we went to New York to screen for Clearer Skies, and based off of our screening, it landed me a job in New York now. Right. So in the summertime, I'll be filming there, and you know, and that's the thing. Now, would that have happened if I didn't go to New York? Probably not, because they didn't meet me.
How important is it to get a leg in down south in the States?
Well, the landscape is different, that's for sure. I think over there, the first thing I noticed is that they're very, very welcoming. They're very opening. And it's not to say that we're not over here, but I find that you know, the Canadian circuit is, we're still trying to, we got to find confidence in ourselves, right? And I think Priya said that last night. She goes, you know, we got to kind of find our backbone, right? And to me, I don't, you know, none of my films are boasting Canadiana. It's nothing like that. I don't feel I have to, you know, showcase the best and, you know, of our landmarks or whatnot. Just go and do your thing. I'm confident.
Make a good film.
Make a good film. I'm confident in my story and what it is that I'm doing, and that's all there is to it. It doesn't have to have maple syrup and hockey pucks. So, you know.
Right. Hey, so you made God's Acre a few years back at the 24-Hour Film Challenge,
Yes.
and it was award-winning.
Yes.
So is there an argument there for you can still make really quality work
Yep.
very quickly?
I'm happy you brought that up, because God's Acre is like, you know, I love proving a point to people. And when we were doing God's Acre, it was, well, this is your chance to do a comedy. And I'm not really comedy based. I love comedies, but it's not my thing. And I think everyone took it as a possibility to goof off. And they look at other films. I'm like, no, this could really be something. And, you know, we did the story, you know, and it was a dramatic piece. And we played 29 out of 30 films at the Bloor Cinema. All of them were comedies. Everyone's chuckling. My melodrama comes up, and then it's like, oh, I don't know how to handle this. And I thought, well, we're doomed, but at least we have a film. And then we came out on top. And then I started submitting it around, and it was another festival, and another festival, another festival. And I don't know how many other, you know, 24-hour film race films have done that. I think there's a couple, but it's like, this can be more than what you set out to make it, right? Make it count.
Is there something cheesy in there about, you know, don't look at what others are doing, keep on your own path and do what you're passionate about?
No, you know what? I've always said I don't look to the left and right of me. I always, you know, focus on what it is that I'm doing. And, you know, a lot of people will come up and, oh, it's kind of like this film, kind of like that film. Like, well, I don't know. I didn't.
It's actually just like my film.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, last night when I was talking about For Clearer Skies, I did say, you know, District 9 and Cloverfield and all that, but those are inspiring films, right? But it doesn't mean I have to make that film again. And yeah, so I don't pay attention to what's going on, and you know, like what's out in theaters right now, I will probably watch like 6 months to a year from now, because I just do my own thing, you know, and you know, living in my own sort of mental world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do people go for more information on Arcilesi films?
You can go to our website, which is www.arcilesifilms. That's archilesi.com.
Well, hey, I want to say thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. Yeah. Thank you.